when should I start creating content? When should I start building my brand? When should I start doing more with getting myself out in my community or my farm or my region or my market, depending on what you call it? The answer to that is yesterday, but yesterday is gone, so today is the day. We have a lot of people that we work with. Obviously we work with real estate agents predominantly. We also do consulting with some other companies, but that question comes up a lot where they're not sure when a good time for them to jump or when a good time is for them to start building that brand. And honestly, there's never a better time than now. Technology has never been cheaper. Opportunities have never been greater. And honestly, there's not a lot of people taking advantage of it, even though you think there is. I had a conversation with one of my good friends in the market, in the industry, and he was telling me that there's a guy that's just absolutely killing it in this large metro. I would say it was probably about 1 million in his area with all the sub-markets in his area, where he's like, there's a guy out there, there's 2 guys out there I know that are just absolutely killing it with video and branding and doing their omnipresence. And I kind of chuckled and I said, okay, so there's only going to be 2 agents in the next 10 years that live. Said no, they don't own the entire market. They're just doing really good in video. I said, well, follow them. Do the same. Do something different. Do anything, because two is what you're talking about. I would guess there's probably about 25,000 registered real estate agents in those markets, and he's worried about 2. Don't worry about the 2 that are in the lead. You don't have to win this race. You have to compete. And if you're not competing at all, then you're losing. If you don't even start the race, then you've lost. So you've got to get in that mindset where you're going to start creating your content. You're going to start building your brand. And the same question comes up, well, what do? I don't know what to do. Well, every day you are working in your industry, you're answering questions. And these questions come up very commonly and very often, depending on what's going on in the market, what's going on in your industry. Things change, but the same questions come up, right? Start answering those questions, 1 to many. So we're going to do 1 video, and it can go out to many people, and it can answer everybody's question. Very common. I mean, it's what I'm doing with my stuff. I'm building that out and getting that relationship with somebody that I haven't met, haven't talked to on the phone. But just today, you got a phone call from a potential client. Says, I watched your videos. I watched your roundtable that you do with people in other industries. I understand what your beliefs are, how you work, what you do. So all the questions that we might have asked on a common call, or everything that we have to do to break down that barrier of entry when we're talking to a potential client, he or she's already watched my videos. They already know what my personality is. They already know what my thought process are. They also know what my philosophies are and what we're doing. They also have a bit of trust that they've built. And that's the big thing, trust. So building these videos, building this content, building up a brand and creating your brand, building that on trust alone is going to be extremely valuable and will put you ahead of the rest, because anybody can go to a website, and I can drive people to a website anytime I want for any subject ever. It's what we do. It's what we're professionals at. I can get into Google, I can create a campaign, I can keep people coming to your website immediately. Now, I can't force them to buy whatever you're selling on your website. I can't force them to fill out a form. But what I can do is I can start to remarket and retarget them. I can start to get omnipresence with them. I can start to build that relationship with them. So I can send 1,000 people to your site and maybe 100 sign up. The other 900 that didn't sign up still raised their hand, and there was intent to purchase or intent to look at what you offer for a solution professionally. Just because they didn't call you or they didn't fill out that form doesn't mean they're not still interested in what you have to offer. It just means that they didn't feel obligated to fill out that form and go that next step. Great. Start giving them a reason, because they're going to go and quote interview other people. They're going to go to other people's sites, and if it doesn't knock them off their feet, if it doesn't have something exactly that they want, they're going to walk away. So they're going to keep interviewing, but while they're interviewing, you can get in front of them. You can be omnipresent. You can start to show up. You can start to answer the questions that they didn't even know they had, or questions that they feel too dumb to ask, because a lot of people feel like they might look uneducated or stupid if they don't know the answer to the questions. What they don't realize is that it's okay. You're the professional that can help them answer those questions. There are no stupid questions, just the ones that are not asked, right? So that is all done with content, building your brand, getting your omnipresence out there, continuing to create content based on what's going on in the environment around you. Do not create content based on what's going on in the national exposure. Unless you're selling stuff nationally, it doesn't matter. I sell stuff nationally. So the questions that I should be getting from potential clients now has to do with their local markets. I'm just talking in generalities, but if we're talking about a Phoenix market compared to a Minneapolis market, or a Florida market compared to a Seattle market, those are two different worlds, and we can speak intelligently to those for those specific people. But before that, I'm speaking in generalities. You don't have to. You can get hyper specific. You can talk about markets that are specific to you. You can talk about the latest, greatest thing people are doing in your area. You can talk about the statistics and what's going on. So think about that. Start creating content now. Start building your brand now. Don't worry about what your hair looks like. My hair never looks good. Don't care about, be a little bit professional. Wear something, a little bit. Your lighting doesn't have to be great. My lighting can be bad. My lighting can be good. I have a regular mic. I just don't put the mic in the screen so everybody sees me talking, because I don't think it's that important. But again, you can do this with a phone. You can do this with a laptop. You can do this pretty much at every location. You can do this in your car. A lot of people love to do that. I don't prefer to. But keep in mind, it's time for you to go out and start to build your brand. It's time for you to go out and share with the world with what you're selling and what you have to offer to prospective clients. I'll leave you with that. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comments section. I'll answer everything as well as I can. If there's more you want me to cover on a video, ask me that. I'll cover that in a video as well. But if not, have a great day, and I hope this answers some questions on when you should start, because you should start now.